the computer. Okay. Okay, that means start from recording from the Zoom. Okay, so the Cricut is the machine will do most of the things. Is easier to operate it. You don't have to pay the extra money unless you want to download special image and font, those kind of stuff. But the downside is that when you want to print, your printing area is limited. You cannot printing the whole letter size pages. You can only print, I think it's probably 7.5 by 9. Okay. So, but for the Cricut, you can use a compatible blade. You can use a compatible cutting mat, and you can cut the image, you can cut between. For the broader ScanNCut, first of all, I think the broader ScanNCut is a little bit more expensive than the Cricut. And then for the older machine, you don't have those fancy feature like a print, like a tracing, those kind of stuff. If you have a newer machine, you want to use those tracing or printing, you have to purchase extra software to be able to do the print and tracing. So for the broader ScanNCut, it's good. You just stamp your image and scan it and die cut it. But that can only cut the outline, so they don't really cut the area between. Okay. And also the broader ScanNCut, the mat and the blade, you cannot really use the compatible, like this mat is almost like a $37 Canadian dollars, probably like a $32. But it's a way to cheat it. So because the broader ScanNCut, they have this barcode here. Without this barcode, the machine will not read it. So the Cricut, see, you can see I use a compatible mark. Okay, you can buy, they are much cheaper than these broader ScanNCut mat. But if you already own the broader ScanNCut mat, this is a great tip to show you how to cheat. You don't have to buy the transparency one. You can just buy the regular the color one. They come always different kind of color. But I just find the transparency one is easier when I want to do the things I'm going to show you. So I usually buy 12 by 24, so that way they give me two mat. So what I do is I just trimming the mat. Okay, I just trimming 12 by 12. And then I put the least one, I stick on my the broader ScanNCut original mat. But the downside is if you have a newer machine, if you have an older machine, it doesn't matter because the older machine, it doesn't have those detect the thickness of the cutting mat. So it's okay to do this. So they will save you the original machine. That way you don't have to keep buying the new one. But a newer machine, they have a special feature. They can detect how thick is your mat. So that way, usually I have to stop machine after they cut the first run. If you don't stop your machine, they will continue cut and they will cut through this mat. Okay. So the downside is that, but I don't know, you can find a compatible mat from like a Temu, those kind of website. They do have, and then it work, but it just depend that do you want to support those the company. I wish the broader ScanNCut they can offer a little bit cheaper price because those mat they do wear off like a pretty fast. Once when this sticky part is not sticky, there's too many video. They show you can clean it, whatever. But I just found out after a while, you have to replace your cutting mat. And every time this mat is like a 40, with tax is almost like a $40. So if you already own a Brother ScanNCut, this is the one of the option that you can save your cutting mat. You don't have to purchase the new one all the time. But the only thing you remember, if you have a newer machine, after they cut through the first time, you have to stop your machine because you kind of feel that machine, they detect the thickness of your paper. So they depend on how many times, if it's like a cardboard for the broader ScanNCut, they will cut probably like a 3-4 times. They don't just cut it like a push you like a very heavy pressure cut through the cardboard. They will cut like a few wrong to be able to get that cut. So just if you want to do this, I do have a YouTube video to show the people how to cheat the Brother ScanNCut. But the question is, you have to stop your machine manually after they cut the first run. So the difference between the Cricut and the Brother ScanNCut is the Brother ScanNCut, it cut fast than the Cricut. But it really depends how like how many cards do you want to use? Like for me, I use both of the machine because every machine have their good side and the bad side. And when I prepare my workshop, I have to create like a 50 kit. And then the machines really do the job. And then I'm going to move to the software. What's different between these software? So for the machine itself, the mat and the blade, the Cricut is much cheaper than the Brother ScanNCut because if you check on the Amazon, the blade, let me show you guys the blade. Okay, so this is the blade for the Cricut. You can purchase from the Amazon. Okay, they have a red, blue, yellow, like this. So the price is very reasonable. I think you purchase a whole box of these, you can only purchase one Brother ScanNCut blade or two. I remember the blade for the Brother ScanNCut is two for $25. But they will last for a while. Like so far, I haven't changed my Brother ScanNCut blade yet. But when I use Cricut, I have to change my blade very often. Probably every 20 sheets paper, 20 sheets cutting, I have to change one of the blade because the blade does get dull. So you just have to think about it. If you're asking me what kind of Cricut you have to buy, I will just recommend the most simplest one, like a cheapest one. The one I have is the Air 2. I know they have an Explore or a lot of other one more pricey. I don't really find what's really different if you are only want to use this machine to cutting the image. And if you don't want to do any fancy like running a business, I think the Cricut Air 2, the cheapest model, will do the job. Okay, so that's about the hardware. What's different between those two machines? The Cricut is easier to operate, okay, but you do have to connect with the computer unless you have a very old one. They have those kind of cartridge with the keypad on top. Nobody use that one anymore. Everybody just move to the like online download stuff. So Cricut, you have to connect with the computer. Brother ScanNCut, you don't need a computer. The machine can operate by itself. The Cricut blade and the cutting mat is cheaper. Brother is more expensive, but there is a way to cheat it. the way I just explained to you, you can just glue another one. But just be careful. You got to make sure after the first round, usually the first round will cut through the like a 110-pound paper, no problem. So, but because they add this thickness, they consider the paper probably 150 pounds. They add the thickness, so the machine will automatically read it to cut through. They will cut through this mat. So just remember, you got to stop that. And then this barcode is very important. Without this barcode, the machine will not read. It will not working at all. So that's different between the hardware of these two machines. Okay, so far, do we have any question? Frank? Okay, no question? Okay, let's move to the next. So this workshop I'm offering is more about if you sign up my online workshop, I usually provide you the digital image to do the workshop. So I provide you the digital image for you to use. So that makes this machine is more usable. But if you don't have those kind of image ready to use, so what you have to do is you probably, like the image I provide for you is a PNG file. They are ready to use. They are the best file for you, for your machine to read. But if you don't have this PNG file, you have to thinking about how you're going to upload those digital file to your computer to be able to use the Cricut and the Brother Scan machine, right? So that's why this workshop is we are having this workshop to helping the people who sign up my online workshop, or for the later, if they want to sign up the workshop, how they can after the workshop, how they can download the image and use this image and create more project, like use different way. Okay, so I know a lot of my customers, they are old-fashioned. When I talk about the digital, they say, oh, we don't want the digital. It's like I'm sending them to the Mars. It's not that complicated, but it can be complicated. Okay. So, and then especially when you are working, like do everything, and then it doesn't work. That's very frustrated. And then I am going to explain to you what I have been go through when I'm doing the digital. Okay, so we are going to talk about the software. Let me switch to this one. Okay, there is a two software. The Cricut have the software they call the Design Space. It's a free. You can go download from the Cricut's website. When you purchase the machine, they will tell you where to go download. It's very easy, just like a download something. And then the Brother Scan and Cut is called the Canvas workspace. So they are completely different stuff, okay? So I'm not going to go to the detail to show you how you set up the machine, how you reset machine, those kinds of stuff. I am going to just talk about what's different between those two machines. Okay, I hope nobody join me because I cannot see. Okay, so let's do the quick cut design. On the screen, you can see they have a lot of all those image, right? You have to pay for using like a download all the image, but they have the basic one. So let's go back to the home. So on the right side corner, you can see there's a new project. Okay, when you click the project, on the left side have a new template and the project, shape, image, text, and all other stuff, right? So the text, like a word, there is a few, is a free one. Okay, you can use it. But if you want all the fancy one, you have to pay. And then they will cut. It's just like a designing program. You want to use your designing program, you got to learn how to use it. They have a lot of a feature, but I'm not going to talk about those one because I know you are going to say, oh, that's too much overwhelming. But what you can do is you can use those basic shape, right? For example, I want to make a heart. Remember the spellbinder, nestability, those nesting. I remember 4-5 nesting is like a 15.99, but now you can. Let me change it to better color. I don't want a black heart. I want it to be nicer heart. So if you want to do like a nesting stuff, what you can do is you can set up the size. For example, I want a 4 inches heart. Or I want a 4x4 size. So you can easily to create the shape. You can copy and paste, okay? And then like this was a 4x4. I want a 4x75 to 4x75. So you have so you can have a 2 heart. Okay. So it's for the basic shape, you can use this one for like a circle. Okay. I have a 5, but if you want to buy like I have a 5x5 circle. If you want to cut a 5x5 circle, you don't have to go bring your die cut and then cut. Well, if you like it, that's good. But if you imagine if you want to cut like a 25, 50 circle, that's going to be a problem. But if I have a 12x12 paper, 12x12 size paper, I can fill as many as the 5x5 to cut it. And also, what they can do is they have. I'm not going to talk about how we're going to use this one. So what they can do is, for example, if you want to do a circle card instead of a rectangle card, so what you can do is you can combine, united. I mean, united. See, you can unite it. And then you can make a circle car, oval car, heart-shaped car. So this is a kind of like for example, I want to make a heart-shaped car. So now they are level, and then I'm just united. Oh, sorry, combine, not united. Oh, yeah, combine. See, and then you folding them together, they can be let me just oh, sorry, too many people. Yeah. So that way you can make any kind of shape card. So for the people just join me, if you guys because I changed the screen, I can't really see anybody ask me to join. I don't know. They supposed to be joining by itself, but I don't know why they asked my permission. If you miss some part of this video, I will post this video on the YouTube on the Local Kings YouTube channel. So you can just watch in the beginning. I was explaining what's different between the Cricut and the brother ScanNCut, the hardware. Now I'm talking about the software. Okay, so for this Cricut, this design space, I found out it's easier to use because they are more friendly than brother ScanNCut. Okay, let's see. I have these two. I want to cut it. So I just click make, and then you can decide you want to save the project or not. So I'm going to just save as a sample. So later on I can come back to find again. Okay. if you don't print the, if you don't have to print it, okay, your cutting area, you see this mat is 12 by 12, right? But you see there is a very fine red line, okay? I don't know, is, okay, I'm going to just have to go back to check if the people want to join. You don't have to, there's one very fine red line, okay? You cannot go over that red line. So your cutting area, this is a 12 by 12 paper, which is pretty good. You can, I don't really adjust the size here. So you can see that circle was a yellow color. The heart was a purple color. So you just click continue. And then the Cricut machine, actually, they have a UBS connect. They have a Bluetooth connect. So if your craft room is like a limit, like, or you don't have enough outlet, whatever, you can use a Bluetooth. So you don't need a cable to connect with your computer. Okay. And then here, I'm not going to talk about how to set up the material. On the your machine, there is a choice. You can choose the thickness like a vinyl, regular cardstock, all those stuff. But browse all the material. You can actually set up the material. What do you cut most of the time? Like see, you can see here, I write down heavy cardstock 100 pounds because I use a lot of 100 pounds cardstock. So I use these often. So I kind of create a shortcut. So every time I want to cut it, I can just click here. Okay, sorry. I just click here and then I can say, okay, heavy cardstock. And then you just go to machine, press this button, and then they will cut. Okay. And then after they finish cutting the first one, they go by the color code. If you want to, let's go back here. If you want to, I have a yellow here, I have purple here. I usually the color is help you to identify when you want to color yellow color paper or purple color paper. Or I want all same color. So remember, it was showing two, one yellow, one purple. Now I want to cut together, so I'm going to change my um heart shape to the yellow tool. Or what you can do is you can just glue group them together. And then when you make, you can see I only have one color. I don't have that purple anymore because they are the same group. So that way you, for example, if you want to do some kind of layering. Okay, let's say we want to create the one Mickey Mouse. And the Mickey Mouse have a black outline, have the skin tone, have a red color. So what you can do is you can just set up, for example, Mickey Mouse outline is black. So I set up my black paper and they will cut black. And then the Mickey Mouse face and the hand is a skin color. I want to do the skin color, so I use the skin color. So that way is to help you to identify what color, which image you want to cut. Okay, so that's the basic. Now I want to talk about how you can use this machine with a local King's image. So I am going to start a new project. I want to show you. So replace. I want to show you how you can upload local King's image and then use this machine, which is I found is very, very useful when you do that. So I am going to start a new project here. I'm going to upload my image now. So I send you guys a few of the image already, right? So I'm going to upload the image and then I'm looking for my image is somewhere. Oh, desktop. workshop folder, PNG file. Okay, so I am going to do this image one. Okay, the seal. Okay, so the Cricut, this is a very simple oval shape image, and it's a PNG file. And some of you guys asked me, can I have a PDF file? I don't really use the PDF file, so I don't know, but I will do some research. I think the PNG file is easier to operate. And then after you click, you will find they have a multi-layer. Okay, this one you have to pay extra, which I don't want to pay. They have a single layer and a flat image. The single layer doesn't have a print image. Okay, so we're going to choose the flat image. Okay, so this is the image. And then we're going to upload to our canvas. Okay, there you go. So I am going to put something behind you guys can see better. See, the PNG file, they don't really have is transparency. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do the one, the one is like a shadow. I'm going to explain to you if you don't have a good printer, how we are going to cheat the machine to do the same job. Oh, do this. Okay, so we download one more time. And then I was choosing the flat graphic, right? Now I'm going to choose a single layer. The single layer is just a silhouette image. Okay, don't worry about the size yet. Okay, sorry, I'm going to check anybody want to join and then okay. Size doesn't matter, okay? You can see we have a ruler on top. This is a pretty big. It's almost like a 8 inch by 1124. This one is a 4 by 5. I was because the image I provide for you, I want to have a better printing quality. So if for example, this okay, so let's do this. Hold on a second here. Okay, so this is the seal image we have here, right? The image is only around 2.75. Okay, if the image I provide to you is 275, when you print it, the quality is not going to be so good. It's not going to be very crispy clear. Okay. So what I did is that I provide you a little bit bigger quality, a bit like a better quality. So if you shrink it and then you print it, it's better because you can decide I want to go bigger or I want to go smaller. But if I provide you the image is a small image, you cannot blow out because when you blow out, it's going to look blurry. Okay. And then next question you are going to ask, you say, okay, this seal is a 4.1 by 5.62, but your stamp image is only 2.75. So how okay. Actually, I skip one of the very important things. If you have a printer, that won't be a problem. So if you have a printer, okay, if you have a printer, you don't have to stamp anymore, right? Because in your folder, I have included too many different images. So if you have a printer, you can decide you want to make a one card. Let's make an A2 size card. So let's do one card, and I'm going to, usually this is what I do. So I'm going to make a A2 size card. So let's do this one. So A2 size is 11, no, is 8.5, 8.5 or 8.25? 8.25, high is 5.50, no, 8.50, sorry. Okay, so this is or A2 size is open. So if you want to make a card, let's do a little bit lighter color, we can see better. Okay, so this is the image. We want to figure out how big or seal is going to be, right? So you can just drag. You can make a big, you can make it small because you don't have to print anymore, but you don't have to stamp anymore. That's the benefit of the digital stuff. So you can make a big, you can make a small. You can change the shape if you want. Let me unlock this one. I can make it very big, very skinny. So you can do whatever you like, okay? You can rotate it, not rotate it, I mean flip it. See? You can create as many as you like if you have a digital stuff. But this is you need to have a printer. If you don't have a good printer, I'm going to show you what else you can do, okay? So this is, if you have a printer, we can do this and then we can decide how big is your image you want. Okay, so, and also this one, you can set up the offset. So when I provide my class material, I usually don't set out the offset, but most of the die cut you buy from the market, they have that white gap, right? So you can set up the offset, like I want to have this offset. That's usually I do 0.05. Okay, apply. So the offset, let's change your Y. Oh, you cannot see. Let's do a little bit darker color. You can see better. See? So you can change the offset. Just imagine this purple color is a white color. So you can decide you want to do the offset or you want to cut this seal. And then this offset, I want to cut another layering. So you have your seal cut, you have your offset cut. So you can cut as a one sheet or you can cut the two separate. You can have a layering. So, but I don't want to go too much for that one because this is just a basic video to show you guys what's different with the two machine. So now, okay, I am going to print it. Okay, so we can print a few. Okay, that's just you can just multiple few times you want anything. So this way you got to have a nice printer the printer who can print over. For me, I like to have a thick quality paper. So not all the paper can print 100 pounds cardstock. It will jam your printer. So you got to make sure your printer can print thick quality cardstock. Okay, so see on my screen, you already can see they shows this yellow sign. That means is my printing area. I'm go over my printing area, so we cannot print everything. So what I'm going to do is, that's what I don't like it, because the printing area is so limited. So I'm going to just try to put them together. Try to put them together. I think it's still too big. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So they tell you what the problem, the image will print poorly. Why they print poorly? Let's do. It shouldn't be print poorly. Let's do. That's it. See, that's a problem. If the image you have is if it's in the DPI is too low, the image you print, it will be very poor. Let's see, did I do, let me find another one. I think the one I give it to you is this one should be. It's good to have a better quality image, and then you can shrink it. Then the poor image, there's nothing you can do. Okay, let's see. But okay, so this one should be okay. So that's shrink it a little bit. Let's do copy and paste. I think you can, well, it's really depend. Okay, so let's do 4. Good. Okay. Or usually, so like I say, I don't want to go to the detail. On the right side corner, there is a flat. So when you, and then there's too many different things you can do with this machine. Okay, so now, okay, see your printing area is only inside this red line, okay? But my seal is a little bit big, right? And then you're going to continue to print it, send to the printer. But I'm going to explain to you, if you don't have a printer, you also want to use those images I provide to you, what are you going to do? Okay, why man? I think okay. So I'm going to print. Okay, so let's do this. Verify printing quality. Okay, so you're going to printing it. If you guys like to learn more, because there is a different way, I'm just printing on the regular cardstock. If you want to printing on the thicker cardstock, there is different setting. Okay, so let's move. Okay, so here is the printing. You can see there is a four corner here, right? And then on the right side corner, there is a little triangle. That means is when you place this one on your mat, the triangle have to face up. Okay, so this is a bigger than the or stamp image, but you can change the size because I didn't change the size because if you have a printer. But next, I'm going to show you if you don't have a printer, what are you going to do? So after you print it, you can see the outline is a little bit thicker, right? Don't worry about that because when the die cut, when they cutting it, the blade will cut that black outline is actually the guiding line. Is the line they helping your your die cut machine to read. So the blade will cut exactly in the middle of that black outline. So after you cut it, it's not going to show like this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what happened if you don't have the printer, you also want to cut. I don't know how many of you watch the video, the workshop video yet, because during our workshop, like the owl and the shark, because they are the shadow stamp. So what I did is I give you the pre-cut one without the image, just the plain paper, and then you you use the two acrylic block, remember? And then put your stamp and then you use one of the acrylic. I'm going to show you just in a second. Okay, so I don't need this one. I'm going to start another. I'm going to download another image. So I'm going to do this. Upload. Remember there was a two seal when we download from or like when we upload it, we choose the flat and then we choose the two. One is a print, one is a silhouette, right? So this is silhouette image. Here is what you're gonna do. We are going to cut it, the die cut, which is a fit your stamp image. So when you download it, so that way we don't need to have a printer because we are only cutting the plain paper, right? So what you're going to do is you are going to use a ruler. You are going to measure what size is your seal. So the size of my seal is like a 2.75, okay? You only have to do one side, okay? Because these program, okay? So we are going to change the size. So just make sure here is lock, okay? So we're going to change it to 2.75. Okay, so now this is no, sorry, the height is 275, not the width, 275. Okay, so this is the seal is going to match your stamp. If you don't have the printer to print your image, but you want to also have your image cut, this is what you're going to do is you are going to, that's just duplicate the few. You can cut as many as you want. You can have a 12 by 12 cardstock. So I'm going to see this time I don't really have to worry about it go over. So let's just put them together. Okay, and then okay, so that's just I can put two more, but I think that's enough. That's maybe just I usually try to save as much space I can when I want to print, so just do one more here. Okay, that's how. Okay, so that's you don't flatten. If you flatten, they will print. You just attach them, and then we're going to do make, save. Okay. Okay, then, oh, sorry, we cannot really see. That's we'll change the color to lighter color. Well, I think the digital is really useful, but you got to learn how to do it. So see, now I have my 11th seal, and I'm going to do continue and then connect with machine, and we're going to cut it. Let me grab the okay, these, and I'm going to just grab. Okay, so I'm going to just grab this is a macro cardstock. So I'm going to just put on top of this machine, or not the mat. And same thing, if you have this die cut one, but I want to show you the one, if you have the die cut one, you just use that one, click the cut, it will cut. But I'm going to show you one if you don't have printer, because I know a lot of you guys, your printer, I'm not sure they can print 100 pounds of cardstock, because most of the printer will jam. Okay, so now I am going to put loading it. Okay, and then don't forget, I'm choosing the heavy cardstock. Okay, so I choose my heavy cardstock. And then press cut. There you go. The broader ScanNCut, it will go like a and then we're done. But this Cricut, I think, consider it's okay. It's not that bad. Feel feel free to ask if you have any question, and I'm going to explain about the broader ScanNCut now.
So Lisa, when you print or you cut, you always try to do a full page each time, right?
Yes, because I don't want to. Oh, you don't have to print the full page anytime, but I try to save my paper, right? Because once when you print, they create this four ankle, right? So the machine have to read these four corner. If they don't read this corner, they won't be able to print. So you cannot really save the paper if you want to print. But if you only do the cutting, no print, you can try to save your paper. For example, if I have a 12 by 12 yellow cardstock, okay, I want to do happy birthday, okay? I want my happy yellow, I want my birthday red. So you can use a yellow cardstock. You can put your happy here. So you only use this corner. After cut the happy, you change your yellow paper to the red, and then just think this is red, and then you put you only need to use the size to fit your cutting. So if you don't use a printer, you can only use the certain size of the cardstock. But if you want to use a printer, the printer have to have at least 4 corner. And then also, if you already own the Cricut, if you find out your machine doesn't read, you see this 4 corner, okay? If your printer, the toner is not the full capacity, they don't read. It took me a while to figure out because my printer is a really abused printer. No matter what I do, one work, one doesn't work. It just drives me insane, right? So this 4 corner has to be very, very dark. If you already have this machine, your machine doesn't work, what are you going to do is use a pen to make these 4 corner very, very dark, like a sharp. But you cannot make this line thicker. You cannot go over. You have to exactly cover those 4 corner. That's kind of like a very annoying, right? But if you have a good printer, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now it's finished. So you release the button and then see I have a 9. I can squeeze 2 more here. Okay, and see you have 11 of them. Okay, and then put this one away. And then I don't know have you watched that workshop video or not. Remember, this is how you do it, is you ink your stamps. No, you don't ink yet. You're going to put, they are perfectly lined up, and then you use the reposition tape. So, and then you use another acrylic block. Okay, try to find the same size. Okay, you pick up your die cut and you guiding with your acrylic block, try to like go parallel. I get a little bit off, but you get an idea, right? So practice of usually what I do is I will put my head on top of that. I can get a pretty much outline everything, but I don't want you see top of my head. So this is what happens if you don't have a printer. You can also enjoy to have as many as the cut you like. Any question?
No questions for me.
Good, good, good. I hope I'm not boring you. So, okay. So now that's So let's move this one. Okay, let's do. Okay, so I think I have covered the base of the Cricut. So the Cricut, if we want to do the owl, remember, let's find another one for you.
Lisa, I do have a question about this workshop you keep referencing to.
Yep.
Is it on your YouTube channel?
The last workshop is not public yet. It was March 15th. And there was another workshop after the Alaska workshop. You didn't get an email?
I might have. I
To be
can't remember. So I just
Okay.
was clarifying.
That workshop is not popular online yet because that workshop is also going to be a class in August. But I think the workshop kit is still available online. Go check it out.
Okay.
So the workshop, here is another image, okay? I want to show you the owl, okay? Let me download this image. I'm going to explain. You can see this owl image, right? I'm going to download. This is something the brother ScanNCut cannot do unless you purchase some extra software. So let me explain to you. Okay, this is just a silhouette image. I'm going to just download the single layer. Okay. If you choose the flat graphic, they will printing this black, but we don't want to print. We only want to cut. So I'm going to download this one. Okay. Oh, look, it's huge, right? So same thing, we are going to measure what size that say. That's just to put the 3 inches. Okay. Okay. So this is the die cut fit the stamp. Okay. So I'm going to show you the stamp is this out. This stamp, it doesn't have a closure line. This is a shadow stamp. So this one, even I provide the image to you, you won't be able to cut it because see, the line is not closed. There is a gap. The white line go all over the stamp, right? So this or the shark, they all have an open space, so they won't be able to cut. But this giraffe or the panda or the bird, you can cut. Like these poinsettias, not poinsettia, the wisteria. This one, I think I will send you guys the PNG file later because I forgot, because this one during a workshop we didn't cut, we just stamped. But I think I will redesign the image like this. Okay, what's different? I'll show you what's different. Okay, so just give me a second, I explain to you what's different. Okay, so this is the wisteria. Okay. This is the wisteria. Is that called wisteria, right? This is the image. It's a stamp image. But the difference between these two images is that I changed this image. the owl, how to say? See, the original owl one have those white line, but I changed this owl image to the completely silhouette image so the machine can read. If the image is like this, the machine will not read because the machine only can read this black area. So if this cutting one is this big, they will only cut this black area, which you can make a stencil. So machine is something, the image is another thing. So I don't want to cover that area because it's too much. But later on, if you want to, actually, if you have an image like this, you actually can create a stencil, which I do sometimes to use this image to create stencil. But if you guys like to learn more, this is a little bit more advanced, but we're not going to talk about today. But what I will do is I will provide you the image like this silhouette. So you can use it for the workshop image which I provide because for your workshop, I already cut everything. I give it to you. But maybe later on you want to create more. You don't have me cutting for you, so you want to cutting for yourself. So with this kind of knowledge, you are able to cut yourself. So that's why I say the Cricut machine are able to do the things that I offer to work with my workshop. So now I'm going to talking about the brother ScanNCut. So they have some good part, they have some bad part, but I think the brother ScanNCut is a little bit more complicated. But if you own, okay, I'm going to change this one. Wait, I'm going to do. Okay. Okay, so before I move to the brother ScanNCut, do you guys want to ask any question? No? Are we so far so good or is it confused? Everything's good? Okay.
That's good.
It's good. That's good. I don't know. I hope so. See, now I have 9 of these seals. If you want to make a cards, you can do that. So these even like that. Ow. Hi, boo boo. Sorry, I'm going to. Boo boo want to say hi. Okay. Hi.
Hi, Boo Boo.
Hey, boo boo.
Our house is still under the renovation and make a lot of noise. It's driving crazy. Okay, so this is our workshop kit, right? This is the kit. See, like the hammerhead hat shark. So and then most of the one when you have a like an image like this, they for the broader ScanNCut, you can totally do it because it is have a closure line. But for the like a hammerhead shark or for the owl, okay. So it is for the Cricut. If you have the image like a silhouette image, like I just show you, you are able to cut these space in between But for the brother ScanNCut, you are limited, okay? For the brother ScanNCut, they have to have a different reading file called SVG, okay? If your provider, which is me, provide you the SVG file, which I think I probably have to do it because a lot of you guys have a brother ScanNCut, you want to do the same thing, and then you have to have an SVG file. SVG file is a cutting file. So if you have a SVG file, you are able to use your brother ScanNCut. But I am able to provide you the SVG file, but not everybody will provide you the SVG file because the SVG file, I have to use the Adobe Illustrator file, and then I have to change it to the SVG file. It's not like you just click and switch to the SVG file. I think they have some program, but it's not that accurate. So that's limit to the brother ScanNCut. For me, I just provide you the PNG file and you can do it. But okay. But for the brother scan, I'm going to explain to you so that way you guys will understand more what I'm trying to talk about it. Okay. So that's put this one away. I'm going to explain to you the brother ScanNCut. Let's put this one away. Okay, so for the brother ScanNCut, we are going to using something called canvas. Okay. They also have all the square, rectangle, some basic shape for you to use. Okay, so this is a brother canvas workshop, and then your canvas is like that. I'm going to turn on my ruler, so just Command R. You can see there is a ruler over there. So the mat is a little bit bigger. Your cutting space is pretty much like the Cricut. It's not completely 12 by 12. You cannot go over this dotting line, okay? So it's the same thing. You can do that's it. So on the top here, they have a pencil, they have a bucket. The pencil is you can choose the line. The bucket is you can choose the color to help you see better. Okay. So you can still do the things like the nestability. I mean, like you want to make all kind of car like a shape, like in the beginning. Remember, where is the circle? Circle. Oh, see, they actually have quite a few ready to use shape. Okay, so you can, let's do the, okay. So on the right side, let me bring here. On the right side here, there's a paintbrush, is some squares, some layering, those kind of stuff, right? So you can see I have a 2-layer now. One is brown, one is the green. And I have these added. So I want my circle, I want the 5 by 5. So you can also create a layering if you want to. So when you want to working on which, I usually put the different colors so you can see better. So I click it, I'm working on this square. I click this one, I'm working on this one. So you can also do the things I was show you guys. Remember the one you want to make a oval car? or circle card. Okay, so I choose these two. I make sure on the same level, and on the bottom, I can width it. See now, and I folding these two circle, I can have a oval card. Okay, so that's back one step first. If you have for your ScanNCut, so far you probably just grab a piece of paper and then you stamp your image and then you scan with your ScanNCut and then it will cut the outline, right? That's what most of the people do with a brother ScanNCut. As long as your brother scan and your image is a closed image, you can cut it. But if your image have like a center, have a like a more like a center hollow area, with the ScanNCut, you will not able to cut the between, only the outline. So that's what the ScanNCut for most of the people, right? So, but now you can use this canvas workspace to do the things I show you in the Cricut, but unfortunately, you have to pay the extra money for do the printing. If you want to print, if you want to do this, okay, for let's show you this one. So this is the base. You want to do like a basic shape. They have too many different kind of shape, so you can do that. If you want to do happy birthday, so this is actually more fancy. This is what the Cricut cannot do. Not cannot do. You have to pay. Is they can do, but you just have to pay. So Brother ScanNCut, they have this text. You can transfer most of your font to the digital. See the die cut? For example, you want to make like a birthday banner. Let me see if I can choose not like a very complicated one. Let's choose one. Oh, this one is a little bit complicated. See the font in the Brother ScanNCut, you don't have to pay. But in the Cricut, you have to pay. Okay, so look, I have that many font. Some of them you won't be able to cut. Let's find this cheek script. See? Okay, and then I'm not going to talk about this, but I just want to show you what it can do too. If you send it to the machine, they cut it now. These HA, every letter is going to falling apart, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do is you can separate each of them, and then you can just kind of welding the welding. Okay, I just show you like a quick idea. You can weld them together. Instead of every single one falling apart, you can welding them, and then now is the one. Okay, I didn't do a very good job. I just wanted to explain to you what Brother ScanNCut do and then what's the Cricut can do. So in the Brother ScanNCut, I really like this feature because I don't have to pay the extra money and I can use the font I already have in my system to do this. Okay, so we are talking about just the cutting part, right? We didn't go to the printing part yet. Okay, any questions so far? No question? Good. Okay, so for the printing cut, I already explained to you for the Brother ScanNCut. That means you grab a piece, You grab a piece of paper, you scan the image. As long as your image has a closure outline, and then you use your brother ScanNCut, and then they will cut it, right? You don't need a printer, but the downside is you have to have at least a closure image. If your image is like I just have this one in front of me. If your image have like a hollow area between the image, like this greenhouse, the middle part, they won't be able to cut unless you have a SVG file. So if you purchase something from the easy, see this show you on the brother ScanNCut software. See on the left side, you see here have a SVG. If you import the SVG file, you are able to do it. But like I say, it can be very complicated. But this is just the basic one. I don't want you get overwhelming, so I'm going to just explain the basic. So brother ScanNCut, you stamp, you stamp, you scan, you cut. You can change the offset from your machine, but their offset, the smallest one for me, I am still thinking is too wide. So I don't really like their offset setting. But if you use the canvas, when you learn how to do it, you can change your offset probably 0.1 millimeter. So that's more reasonable. Okay, so now we are going to talk about how to use this machine. Okay, what's different? Okay, so now I want to import the seal. Remember the seal I was showing you in the beginning of the video? Okay, so actually, we don't have to do this because your machine is already can ScanNCut. If you don't want to scan, you want to print it, you don't want to stamp it, you want to directly send the image to your machine, okay? You can do that. So what you're going to do is you are going to import, okay, this image. Okay, so if you don't want to stamp and if you don't want to stamp, you want to print and cut. Actually, this is a new question for me. Let me see if I can do it. If I want to, okay, let me put it this way, okay? Because I know these brothers Canvas workspace, you are not able to print and cut unless you pay the extra money to buy something called, I don't know what's this called. Okay, is it called? If you want to do the things I just showed you in the Cricut, okay, you have to purchase something called print to cut. And you know what's the most funny things is you are going to have a problem to find this activated card. I check. I think I purchased this one online from the England. But before this workshop, I did a lot of research. I can't find it. Maybe you guys can find it from the, I don't know, from US. Does anybody has this print and cut activated? Or you guys know? Nobody have it, right?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. So the older machine, they don't need it. They don't have this feature. But the newer machine, I have a SDX85. This is, I remember I paid $70 Canadian dollars, but the problem is not about the money. The problem is nobody sell it. And then even I go to the brother's website, I can't find it. So you guys thinking about it, if you want to print to cut, I think it's good, but if you can find this one, but it can be complicated. Okay, so this is what you do. Okay, let me see if this one can be print. Okay, so this is the image I just import from my computer to this brother canvas workshop, right? So I click the layer. You can only see one image here, okay? So I'm going to just have a few. If you don't want to stamp and cut, you want to just print and cut. Let me see if I can do this without that program.
How are you making so many of those all at one time?
Oh, so you just select all, and then I do Command C and Command V, just cut and paste. Just like a computer. So what you do is I import first one, and I select it. I push the Control C, is like copy, and Control V. So I get a 1, and Control V again. Okay, and I select all, Control C, and Control V, and a Control V.
How do I?
Okay, and then I just group them. Okay, so now I have it all together. I don't have to worry. I move one of them. Okay, and then I'm going to send it export as the PDF file. So image only. Oh, actually, I can do this. That's good. This is what happened, because printing image is better than the stamped image. So I printed. I'm going to print it. Oops. Printer, where did I say? Where did I go? Where did I save? I'm going to print it, and then so the difference is just okay. So
Are you doing Control C?
image.
Doing copy and paste.
Where did I save it? Okay. Document. No. Okay. Did I save inside the 300? Okay. Sorry. Let me find the. Okay. So the things I'm showing you now is if you don't want to stamp, you want to only you can do the print because I provide you the some.
Okay, so those are done, right?
Printing this one because I provide you some image, right? And then okay, okay.
We moved out.
How come my paper is not? I found these brothers ScanNCut. There is less accurate than the. Let me just put it in the middle. Sorry. Okay, let me just put the paper in the middle. Oh, let me actually set up the size of my paper so that way. Okay, now it's better.
Those look fine.
Okay. There is on the right side here. Okay, there is let me do a little bit better. Right side here, there is a few, I'm choosing the size of my paper, 8.5 by 11. Okay, so now it's better. I'm going to just save, export the PDF
That's
file.
it.
Okay, the PDF file, and
Yeah.
okay,
Need to
still
Got it.
take the last one off.
brought it. Okay, so far I'm just showing you what's different if you want to stamp it or you have a choice to print it. But when you print it, it only work if you have the image. If you are like I am providing the workshop, right?
How is she getting hers to do that though?
So, sorry, what's the question? Deanne, what's your question?
Oh, so you over on the side, you were able to put in that you wanted to be 8.5 by 11. How did you get that to show up?
Okay, let's do that again. So let me delete this one. Okay, so this is your canvas, right? On the right
Yes.
side, there's a little brush. There is a
Uh-huh.
property, is called adding the layer, and then the last one is called like a piece of paper with a folding corner.
Oh,
So that one, and then here they have a letter. They have a 12 by 12. They have a 8.5 by 11. So you just choose the 8.5 by 11.
okay.
Okay, so now you can see a paper, and then we are going to export the image only to workshop. Okay, workshop folder, PNG file, 300 dpa. Okay.
Doesn't.
Okay, so that's grab that one. Where did that go? Okay, workshop. I'm going to print it.
Showed up.
Okay, so now I have this PDF file and I'm going to print it. Good. Okay, so far I am explaining to you guys, if you don't want to stamp, you only want, you want to print this image and then you can use your machine to scan it, you can do it. But if you want to directly print and cut, it won't do it without you purchase the extra stuff. Okay, so that's the
I would have never thought of that to basically print it on a document and then scan it through my brother's ScanNCut.
So that would, because the printing image is always a more clear than the stamp image. Sometimes when you stamp, your table is not flat. You're missing a hi boo, what happened? You're missing a corner or whatever. So this is the image that you import, the image I provide to you, and then you import from your folder, and then you upload it to your canvas, and then you can put as many as you want, and then you can print it, and then you have to scan it and then cut. But the next things I'm going to explain to you is called what's it called? Print and cut directly from the canvas. This, you have to purchase the extra to be able to do that. Okay, it's different. This is a little bit complicated. So you decide you want to continue lesson or not. But so far, I just explained to you what you can do is instead of stamp, you can upload the image, save it to the PDF file, and then bring to your machine, and then you print it, you cut it. Okay, so if you don't have the printer, you also want to do the things that I was explaining to you, like this. You want to print this silhouette image, right? You can do it, but I found out it's not really accurate because before this workshop, I did some tests. So for the simple shape like this seal, it's okay. But for the shape like that owl, I found out some part, they kind of stretch. They don't really match the stamp, okay? So you can give a try. You can try to do it, but it may be 100% match, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is same thing. We are going to import a file. So I'm going to do this file. Okay, this file. Okay, remember for the brother ScanNCut, you can also change the size. For remember this is seal, the tall was a 2.75, right? So I changed to the 2.75. Okay, so this is my seal. Remember the seal, I was cutting the whole pages. So what you're going to do is you're going to just do fill. Okay, so this is the same thing, but I want to talk about the different one. I want to do the owl. Remember, I was talking about the where did it go? The one is the sorry. The one have inner cut. Okay. This is the out, right? Same thing, you are going to measure your stamp, how wide or how tall it is, right? So you're going to do this. That's just do 4. 6. We don't want to do too much because I found out they kind of de-shape a little bit. Okay, so group it. Okay, and then you're going to save as a PDF. Okay, I'm going to use the owl. Okay, and I'm going to print it. And then you're going to scan it, and then they can cut. Let's do this. Because the machine can only read the black, remember? So hold on a second. Let's do things. PDF. Oh. Okay. Okay, so the machine will read those image between. So you can do the things I was showing you in the beginning. Okay. Let me just cut it. Okay, so this is what I print, right? Now you are going to scan this image with you know what, let me just do it because I know a lot of you guys are probably very confused. I'm going to scan this image and I'm going to save it and I'm going to change. After I scan and save it, I'm going to change to a plain paper and I'm going to cut again. So that way I will create the plain die cut. That's the only way you can do this without to purchase that print and cut. So I'm going to grab my I know this is it can be complicated, but okay, so let's do this. But this one, I am not sure is matching the stamp, but you guys get idea, right? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to change to the camera here. Okay, so you guys, I think, okay, okay, so I'm going to loading this file first. I mean the mat first. Okay, and then I'm going to push the scan. And then I'm going to scan to cut data. You don't do the directly cut. If you do the directly cut, they will cut this one, but I don't want to cut this one. I want to cut on the white paper. This is just for the outline. So I do scan to the cut data. And the paper, we are going to just choose. The paper, I just do the 12 by 12. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to start it. So it's scanning now, and after they just scan, it's not cutting. Okay, so that's just do. See, I have all the cutting line, right? So I'm going to just because the image, this one doesn't. Let me see. Okay, you have to choose. There is a tree. So if you only do the first one, this one, they only cut the outline. So you have to choose the middle part. They will cut those center one. Okay, preview. That's good. We do the okay. And then we're going to save it on the machine. Oh, not enough. I have to delete something. Let's delete. Let's just delete few. Okay, I'm going to save it. 0049. Okay, so now I save it. I can just unload it. Okay, and now I am coming back. You can keep this printing sheet, but you don't really have to because it's safe on your machine, right? And then you don't have to use the thick cardstock. You can use the regular paper. Okay, so I'm going to just find another thick paper. Okay, now I am going to, okay, loading the paper first. Okay, I'm going to looking for the file I was saving, right? So I save on my machine. You can save it on your computer, or you can save on the UBS drive. Okay, we're gonna cut. I didn't have that double mat, so it should be fine. See, the machine is making some kind of noise. They actually try to detect how thick is the paper. And then they show you how many minutes they need to cut all these page. I'm going to only let them cut 2, and then I'm going to show you. Okay, so okay, so this is the one I cut. Let's do a little bit compare to see. What's really different cutting with the Cricut? Almost the first one is cut with Cricut. The second one is cut with a brother ScanNCut. You can see the corner just slightly different. Okay, but it does the job. That's only happen if the people provide you the silhouette image like this, or if you know how to change your image to the silhouette like this. Otherwise, if you scan with your ScanNCut, okay, they will not, how to say that? The silhouette they will read, but if it's the image, let me see if I can find. If it's image, let me find one image. Okay, so let's do this. If it's the silhouette, like the owl, they will read. But if it's the image, this span between this space, the machine will not read. The machine will only read outline. Okay, so that's different if you know how to switch your image to the silhouette. You the brother scan and cut machine can also do that. Okay, any question? Okay, the next, that will be the last information I can provide to you is the print and cut. I think this Boo Boo need to go to washroom. Okay, the print and cut is some extra activator feature you have to pay. So what you can do is you are going to, and then I'm not going to talking about the SVG file today. The SVG file, okay, so this is a brother canvas workspace. Here you can see there's a SVG. They have an image tracing. So the SVG is the cutting file. If you go to like a Etsy, they sell the SVG file. If you have the SVG file ready, you are able to cut it if you have a SVG file. But if you don't have a SVG file, this feature is just for the SVG file. Next one is called image tracing. Unfortunately, this one you have to purchase extra. Okay, so what I do is I click this tracing, and I'm going to import one of the image, like this bamboo. Okay, this is a bamboo image. You can see here is a tracing and outer line only or tracing, the image tracing only. So you have to choose. And then you can see some of this area is too fine. Okay, like here. Okay, like here is disconnect. So what this tracing tool is, they can fix it. They can add some extra space, but I think this is a little bit more work. But you really have to spend the time to go around it to fix this one. So we are not going to talk about this one today. Okay, so let's just I'm just briefly explain to you if you want to purchase that extra activation code or something. This is what you can do is you can okay, so now we import this image, right? There is the layering, and then they have these small pieces. Actually, this is a little bit confused. Let's do another one. Let's do this steel. Okay, so that's the tracing this steel, the outline. Okay, so if you like to purchase extra, see on the list side, the layering side, you can see there is knife, there is image. See, they have this cutting line. And then there is the print and cut. Okay. The problem is now you're going to happen is here. Okay. If you pay under this paper folder here, okay, you see I have this little circle plus one line on top, show the register mark. Okay. If you didn't pay for that extra feature, you don't have this. But look, if I click check, I have this 4 mark pop out. Okay. Uncheck, that 4 mark is gone. Check, 4 mark is out. This 4 mark is the mark that machine. You don't have to print. You don't have to do anything. You can just send the list directly to the machine after you print it. They will just automatically match those 4 mark. This is like for the scan and cut for that quick cut. Remember that 4 corner, right? This is the reading mark for the machine. So if you don't pay for the extra feature, you don't have this one. So today I am not going to talk about this one. So that's what's different between the Brother Scan and Cut and the Cricut. So I hope I explained clear enough what's different between these 2 machines. If you like to learn more, send me an email, let me know. I think those 2 machines are good. I use both of them, but it can be complicated. You have to ask yourself, what are you looking for? And also, the source of the image, like if you have the image, like I provide you the image, they are good quality and then they are ready to use. That's very helpful. But if it's not, you have to be able to change your image to silhouette or to the PNG. So that's a different. But it is like riding a bicycle. Once when you learn how to ride a bicycle, you never forget about it. And then I think it does help a lot. If you don't want to have the image, even those like a nesting shape die cut, I think is very useful too. So, okay, that's everything for today's workshop. Do you guys have any question before we end the workshop?
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Any
Very
question?
informative.
Any
Thank
question?
you. Very good.
Yeah. Oh,
I
I
do
hope.
have a question for you, Lisa.
Sure, go ahead.
I know that you're trying to retire
Yeah.
completely.
Yep.
Have you thought about possibly turning your images into things that would be compatible to either Brother ScanNCut or to Cricut?
I was thinking, that's pretty much possible because I do have thousands of image. Yeah, it is possible. Maybe I will do that in the future. Yeah, because there is no shipping involved. But
Exactly.
yeah, but problem is all the crafter, they are not really like to get into the digital. When I talk about the digital, everybody, oh, we don't touch the digital. They feel like it's so complicated. So I don't know if you guys really like to learn more. I'm willing to share, but one at a time. Yeah, mark down the question so that way I make sure to answer your question. So I don't go like everywhere. Maybe sometimes I talk about something you guys not even interested. That's a focus on the question. So send me the question, and if I have enough question, and then I will just run a quick workshop to explain how to do that. So that way, like recently, I'm learning Japanese. It's so overwhelming because I want to learn everything. And then I try to learn the grammar from the beginning. I said, oh, this is so complicated. I'm lost. So now what I do is I just focus on I'm going to traveling. I want to learn the conversation, how to order the food, how to do the basic, right? And then once when I learn this, I am going to learn how to do shopping and then those kind of things. I don't try to learn to be a writer or be a teacher. I just try to learn what I need. So for you guys, if you are thinking about to get into the digital, mark down what do you want to learn. And then that way I can do better to help you guys to achieve what you are looking for. So sounds good?
Yes, it does. Thanks.
Okay, well, guys, any more question before I let you go?
No, it's all good. Thank you again.
Okay, you're very welcome. So thank
Wait.
you so much for joining me, and I will upload this workshop to the YouTube channel. So if you have any question, just watch the video or send me an email. Say, hey Lisa, I like to learn. This part is not really clear. Can you explain again? So that way I will mark down all the questions, and then we can do this one more time. And I would love to share with all the information I know. I'm not expert, but I think the information I know is enough to work with the workshop, because I probably will run maybe 1 or 2 workshops a year even after I retire. And then I want you guys to be able to use those material that I provide. So yeah, sounds good.
Sounds
All
good.
righty.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, dokie. Thank
All
you,
right,
guys.
thanks.
Thank you
Alrighty.
so much. Oh, wait, there is some question. What was the question? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, good. No question for me. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a
Okay.
nice weekend. Talk to you guys
Bye-bye.
later. Okay. Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.
Bye.